Isn't that beautiful?
That's cool.
Technology. Well, thanks for having me. What a great group. I'm a past president, just not of this organization. And I appreciate you letting me come out and talk to you today. I'm going to explain a little bit of my past, and while I'm doing this, I would like you to think about all the twists and turns that your path took to get you to where you are today. And I was talking to some of these people over here. There's some interesting paths y'all have taken. When I graduated high school, Cincinnati, Ohio, I immediately hit the road and did what I call chase the music. It took me a few years, but I found it. Caught up to it in Boston. Got myself in a pretty good rock and roll band. Had some records, had some tours, got kind of famous. You know, sex and drugs and rock and roll, the whole thing. And it was great, great fun. And as you can imagine, doing that for a number of years, it gets kind of tiring. So we all got kind of burnt out and the band took a break. I had a couple of kids, got married. I got married and then I had a couple of kids. I wandered into a job in high tech and I lived that life for a while. It was good. Had a nice house with a yard, gardening. I don't know if anyone from back east, I had a basement. Did some woodworking, you know. Ballet, school concerts, t-ball, all of it, soccer, the family during the holidays, picture book. And then around 2003, we moved out here. Using my near perfect 2020 hindsight, I saw that I had fallen into what Henry David Thoreau called a life of quiet desperation.
On Walden's book.
Wow, really? How did that happen? Well, it seems I had little bit by little bit lost control of my life. I had been focused, I lost track of my dream, couldn't see it anymore. And what they say, you know who they are, right? What they say is if you don't pay attention building your dream, somebody else is going to hire you to build theirs. And that's what happened. I was being pulled along in the wake of somebody else's dream. And I also learned that with what's going on out here is not in congruence with what's going on in here or what you'd like to have, there's turmoil. Think of two storm fronts coming together, and it's not a pretty sight. And little by little, bit by bit, I found myself in this emotional rut so deep that I didn't even know I was in it. Probably just for safety. You know, it was dark in Daveland. That darkest before the dawn kind of dark. But after every darkness comes the light. And the light did come, and it came in a hurry. It hit me like a divine 2x4 to the head. Hello. And all of a sudden, I had to wake up. What that wake-up call is, we now call the crash of 2008. I could have been the poster boy for 2008 crash. Money gone, houses gone, cars gone, wife gone, kids gone, dog gone, all of it. And here I am. And that could be fairly devastating, and it wasn't a whole lot of fun. But what happened to me was a little different. I felt lighter. I felt like a weight had been lifted. There's a song made famous by Janis Joplin, Me and Bobby McGee. And there's a line in that song, freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. And I adopted that mantra. I didn't have anything, I was free. Yeah, I had to clean up the mess, but it was time now to work on me and put myself back together. So that's what I did. I started on my spiritual journey. I started playing again. Couldn't find a job, so I started cleaning windows. Wax on, wax off. And that turned into a business. So life sort of settled out for me at that time on my terms. And what happened during this time is I rediscovered a passion of mine, which is helping other people. There's another twist right there. And now I am a certified professional core energy coach with a specialized in transitions. I have 10 years of a spiritual counselor coach. I'm licensed to do that. I have an ACC certification with the International Coaching Federation. And last summer I sold my window cleaning company. All this just to let you know, I'm no stranger to change. So I'm curious, who all has a vision of a dream, a life that they would just love to live? It's out there, right? You can see it.
Too late for most of us.
How many are living it?
Yeah.
I like that. Good for you guys. It's a beautiful thing. Not many people do. So what I'm going to share with you today is the fact that we all have the power, and our grandkids have the power and the ability to mold our lives any way we like, to mold our future to make it look exactly like we want. It's my 4-step process that's going to get us clarity on our purpose, closer to our vision, and maybe identify that trailhead to where the next path of your life might start. I call it C.L.A.Y. C.L.A.Y. We're going to play with clay. That sounds like fun, right? All right, let's get our hands dirty. Ready? C for clay is for check in. Check into what's going on. Check into what's going on inside of you. What are you feeling? I'm talking to a bunch of guys here. We don't need no stinking feelings. I know we're getting better at it though. But feelings are just signposts that let us know that there's something in our lives that would like a little bit of attention. I explained to you about my life before the crash. I was ignoring the signposts. I was so focused on being the good dad, the good husband, the good business partner, the good friend, that I was lost in everybody else's life. And all I was doing was focusing on that day-to-day existence, the busyness of what was right in front of me, what I call the trees, that I wasn't able to step back from that and see the forest, the big picture, which would have been my vision. Total immersion in that. Imagine, if you will, 2 fish swimming around in the ocean. A dolphin swims by. He says, which is dolphin speak for, "Hey boys, how's the water?" And one fish looks at the other fish and he goes, "What's water?" Total immersion. Zero concept what's going on around. I believe that because I was so focused on everything right here and not the big picture, that what happened to me in the crash, my participation in that event, is something that happened to me. I was at the effect of that. Now the other side, the window guy, I was at the cause of that. That was something that happened by me. I made that change on purpose. That business was good. I was keeping a couple of guys busy. I was eating regularly, sleeping inside. Life was good. But I started getting this feeling, what I call this niggling disquiet, letting me know that something needed to change. And this time, I listened to it. And I'll get back to that in a minute, but I'm curious now. Check in with yourselves. Is there some place in your life where you might have run across a signpost and you might have ignored it, overlooked it, or just missed it completely? The L in clay is for look. When you become aware of a signpost, look right at it. I'm going to give you 2. Listen. So you're looking at what's going on, and also you want to listen to what it is that your feelings are telling you about this. Looking at my life before the crash, there was 0 reason whatsoever for me to be unhappy. But I was, even though it made no sense. If I had looked at the signpost, and yeah, they were there, if I had looked and paid even just a little bit of attention to it, I may have been able to do something about it. With the window guy, I was completely different. It was subtle. I felt what I call this niggling disquiet. Something was telling me that something was up, and I paid attention. I took a look at it, saw what was happening, listened, and what turns out is that what I had been doing is not what I wanted to continue doing. It had come to that point. I had become unfulfilled in my work. And because of that, I was experiencing dissatisfaction in my life. So I had to do something about it, this niggling disquiet. It's like your kids. They want to tell you something. I got something for you. No, go away, go away. It doesn't go away. It comes back around and it hits you again. This time it's a little louder and I'm trying to ignore it. Go away, go away. And it keeps coming back. Each time it's a little louder. It's like, hey, Dave! And it comes back even more. He goes, are you listening to me? Finally, you got to do something about it. And again, another thing that I've learned, you get quiet and listen. And that's the best way for us to understand what our feelings are trying to tell us. The A in C.L.A.Y is for ask empowering questions. Empowering questions. These are open-ended questions. You can't just say yes, answer these yes or no. These are questions that invite deep thought and consideration. They also invite insight. You can get ahas from them, discovery. They even show up opportunity. And done right, this is where the rubber hits the road. Ask yourself these questions. And you really, what I call, opens the door. I keep using this term, inner wisdom, because we really know what our truth is if we listen. This opens the door to our inner wisdom to bubble up to the surface. Now, I've got a list of questions for you. If you like, leave me your email later. I'm happy to send them to you. Why am I doing what I'm doing? How is what I'm doing serving me? How is this moving me closer to my vision? Where am I out of alignment? This is where your values might come into play. Let's say, for instance, one of your high values is freedom. Let's say in your life you don't really have the opportunity to make any decisions. There's going to be a disconnect there, out of alignment. What is the cause of this feeling of dissatisfaction? And here's a fun one. What do I really want? This is where you get to dream big. What do I really, really want? And think about this and dream. And don't limit your thinking. Don't try and justify that you can't. Don't use any yeah buts. Just go ahead and look out there. You know what yeah buts is, right?
Yeah.
No? You want to do something? Yeah, but yeah buts. So don't let those get in the way. Don't let limited thinking get in the way. And just dream big. You got to be careful what you wish for. You might get it. I got a friend of mine, Jason, walking along the beach, sees the lamp, picks it up, rubs it off. The genie comes out. Thank you for freeing me from the lamp. It is my pleasure to grant you 3 wishes. Jason looks up and goes, great, I want to be rich. The genie says, okay, Rich, what are your second 2 wishes? So be very clear what it is that you'd like to get out of life. And what's underneath what do you really want is why do you really want it? Because sometimes the why is stronger than the what, and the what is just a cover. So why do you want it? What's the benefit to you and yours, your people, for you to follow your dream? And on the other side of that, what is the cost to you if you don't? These are all good journal prompts. Journaling's a weird thing. It's generally considered to be one of the strongest practices out there, and absolutely one of the hardest habits to create. Yeah, we don't need no journaling. We can just think about it, right? I don't know about you, this is the way my brain works. What do I really want? Well, I'd really like to get a boat. I don't live anywhere near the water. How can I? Water, oh, that's good. I'm thirsty. No, wait a minute, I gotta focus on this here. Well, I don't want to get a boat. I want that sense of boat. You know what? That coffee smells really good. No, wait a minute. Focus on this. Squirrel! You know, one of these things. Journaling. You take a pencil and a paper, or, you know, I type mine out now, and you write it down. I really want to get a boat. Why? because I want this. Why? And you go down, and at the end of this exercise, you end up with, a paragraph of your thoughts corralled and put on a piece of paper. Now you can go get that cup of coffee. So we've checked in, we've looked and listened to what's going on, we've asked these powerful questions. Now the why in C.L.A.Y is Y-O-U, it's you. You got this. You got this. If you've done this work and you've determined that what you're doing is serving you, that what you're doing is moving you closer to your goal, excellent. Keep doing it. But now you're doing it consciously and on purpose. And if you've done this work and you realize that something is out of alignment and it's not quite taking you where you want to go, you got this. Change. Change what? Something. It doesn't really matter. You can't get there with the same mind that got you here. So you got to change something. And it doesn't matter what. Think about all of the options between here and where you want to go. And there's a lot of them. But don't let analysis paralysis keep you from getting started. The journey of 1,000 miles takes one step. Just take a step. Small step, doesn't matter. You can always change it along the way. And here's a big one. It's your life. You've got to participate. I call it play full out. Go all in. It's a lot more fun that way, and you'll get a lot more done. If you want to experience that magic dream, that vision that you see as your life, you've got to step outside your comfort zone just a little bit and do something a little bit new, different, and interesting. But always remember, you got this. I know that in each of you is this vision of this dream, just yearning to be let go. And I'm going to bet that there's a passion in there that wants to help it get out. And my passion is to help you guys find what that is and understand it and get out there and support you on your path. So if anything that I've said to you today resonates and you'd like to go a little bit deeper, I have cards and you can call me. I got my website, CoachDave4U.com/chat. And my gift to you is a full coaching hour, not just a conversation, full-on coaching. And it's amazing, I've experienced it myself, what just a simple observation can do, powerful, and move you forward to your life. I'd also like to say, I was doing some homework on you guys before I came out here, and you're doing great work. You got a lot of great things for a lot of great kids, and I'd also like to offer that any business that comes to me as a result of my involvement with the Roosters, I'm going to take 10% off the top of that and give it right back to your club, just so you can continue that kind of work. So you've been great. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Would you explain your credentials again and what you actually do with them other than giving talks like this, the things that you do?
I am what they call a core energy coach, or in regular vernacular, a life coach. I've got 3 or 4 credentials as far as different modalities and stuff, but basically what I do, coaches is a kind of a new industry. We know coaches, right? Here's a coach. Put that back foot a little bit, right? We know how to do that. That's what regular coaches in the sports vernacular we're used to. But what life coaches do is we listen and help you figure out what's best for you. I don't know what's best for you, but you do. But you might not know exactly how to find that and go get it. So we help you to discover what I call your inner wisdom and then support you in your journey so that whatever it is you decide you want to do, you have support. Some people need accountability, and so that's what I do.
Thanks.
Okay?
Can you share with us your ideas on how to teach our children and grandchildren who may be a little lost and get them going in the right direction?
You got a couple days?
Yeah, there's seminars on it.
We want to fix them. We want to help them. We can't do that. We can listen. One of the things that we do is help them hear what it is that they're saying. We support them in what they want to do. They've got to figure it out for themselves. If you've got kids or grandkids that really listen and want to please you, they can go so far with doing what you told them to, but they're not really signed up for it, because it's your idea. But if you just be a safe place, listen to what they have on their mind, ask them some questions, let them figure it out. When they get there, they're gonna sign up for it because it was their idea. And sometimes they just gotta fall down. We did it. You don't start to walk the first time. Yet no one complains about that. You know, you get out of the wheelchair? No, I tried to walk, I fell down, I'm good, you know. We have the ability in us to go ahead and make that next step happen. We just need the support.
Typically, what is the age range of the people that you're working with?
Old guys.
We haven't figured it out yet.
There's still hope. I got a guy that's 23, 24 I'm working with. I had a woman that's 70 I'm working with. It's the person. Now generally, it is a little bit younger, like 30, 40, 50, because before that, you don't really get it. You know, you're just like thrashing through the woods, with your machete. I got this life, we're good. And after that, you get settled. But there's always room to make change. There's always room to do something. And one of the things about coaching or any of these modalities is that people think there has to be something wrong in order to go get some help. One of the things that I do with my coach is everything is going really good right now, and I just want to make sure I don't get in my own way, because I want to keep it that way. So it's just a matter of having someone to talk to someone to help keep you honest and be on the path that you want to be on. And yeah, there's a couple of years here, but there's an awful lot of inner youth. So we're still growing, and we're still doing, and we're still making a difference. So there's still gonna be blocks, maybe more because we've collected them longer. So it's just, there's no real solid age, probably like 30 to like 32 and a half, right around in there somewhere. Whoever wants it.
Jim Rome, who I used to follow 35, 40 years ago, used to say, for things to change, you've got to change. And I learned this when I was in a very stable position in my life, very stable job, stable family. And I did make some changes after that, and I'm glad I made changes. I got out of the comfort zone, and some of them were major changes, and I'm really glad I did. And I would encourage anyone who's afraid to make a change, don't be afraid.
Thank you for that. I'm just the opening act. There's the main act right there.
No, you're the main act.
No, thank you for that. You're absolutely, I appreciate that. Thank you. Anything else? I'll be around for a couple minutes if you still want to visit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, David. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's very good.
Appreciate it.
Can I make a quick